Emigrating from your home country is a leap of faith, whether the journey is motivated by love, circumstance or adventure. There's a lot that can't be planned, like the friendships formed, the impact on your worldview, and opportunities you'll encounter through luck or good timing. But it's not all in the hands of fate. Some cities really are dream destinations for expats. Cities with prime job prospects and an appreciation for diversity are high on the wish list for most migrants. Add an active social scene into the mix, along with compelling travel prospects, and expat life goes from good to life-altering, never going home incredible. Editor's note: please check the latest travel restrictions before planning any trip and always follow government advice. Using the countries that topped the Global Expat Index report for 2019 as a guide, we've compiled a list of the 10 best cities for expats. All are welcoming metropolises that offer sweet lifestyles and epic travel opportunities, in other words, places that have the expat factor. Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Amsterdam is energized by an internationally minded workforce and slick design scene. But simultaneously, charming vignettes associated with the Dutch capital are very real. You'll cycle alongside canals, gather bunches of tulips in Bloemenmarkt, and walk the same streets as Rembrandt. Amsterdammers value work-life balance, so expats fall into the same rhythm, spending weekends ambling through Vondelpark, sipping Jenever, a juniper-based spirit, in wood-lined bars, and definitely not checking work emails. 4 different countries lie within a 4-hour road trip of Amsterdam. Try Dusseldorf, Brussels, Lille and Luxembourg for short breaks awash in art, architecture and excellent beer. Chengdu, China. Culture-rich Chengdu is already on international travelers' radars, thanks to temples, tea houses and fiery Sichuan cuisine. The city's strong international job market, expanding public transport links and relatively liberal mindset are also turning the heads of potential expats. When you aren't exploring the coffee and craft beer scenes, or testing your tolerance for mouth-tingling peppercorns, the city's a brilliant launchpad for travel. Strike out for the Panda Research Center in Yaon or Taoist spiritual nexus Qingqinshan. Language skills are crucial in the long term, but there's a lively expat community to ease Anglophones in. Singapore. No, you aren't guaranteed the crazy rich Asians lifestyle. But Singapore is a global financial center with multinationals and media companies stacked into its high rises. Beyond stellar job prospects, low crime and enviable public transport, Singapore is a garden city with colorful temples, tropical walking trails and the odd gory theme park. Singaporean food alone might persuade you to make the move. Sensational char kway teow, a stir-fried noodle dish, kaya, coconut jam, toast and rajak, spicy salad, to name just a few. You'll be in good company, too. Expats are more than 1/4 of the Lion City's population. Reykjavik, Iceland is a new life beckoning from just south of the Arctic Circle? Reykjavik is increasingly a hub for tech and arts innovators, with cultural rhythms that reach their crescendo during the long midsummer days. Reykjavik, population 123,000, feels small-scale but it's forward-thinking, LGBT-friendly, and has eye-popping landscapes. Think glaciers, ashen beaches and a volcano-scarred national park. Despite Iceland topping the Global Expat Index report, expat life has challenges here: expensive groceries, biting winters, regrettable encounters with Brennivin, caraway-flavored schnapps, to name just a few. But considering life expectancy, levels of happiness and employment prospects, there's a compelling case for moving north. Salzburg, Austria. No need to swear allegiance to either outdoor adventure or artistic refinement. Your promised land lies in the mountainous realms of Austria. Salzburg is the city of Mozart, replete with genteel coffeehouses and capped with a fairy tale castle. South of the city rise alpine playgrounds for skiers and hikers, like Zell am See and Obertorn. Austria also ticks the boxes for affordable healthcare, moderate living costs and low crime. And personally, we find brushing up on German verbs much less painful when it's accompanied by Salzburg's nougat marzipan treats Mozartkugeln. Auckland, New Zealand. In a turbulent world, many people look longingly towards New Zealand. Wave-lashed coastlines and volcanic landscapes are the main source of drama in this largely peaceful, progressive nation. Auckland, as NZ's biggest city, has the country's pick of jobs and nightlife, not to mention the winning coffee, and yet the country's natural splendor is still within easy reach. Spend weekends away in glowworm-speckled Waitomo caves, sip award-winning Cabernet Sauvignon in the vineyards of Waiheke Island, or indulge in an evening banquet at every J.R.R. Tolkien fan's dream expat destination, Hobbiton. Mexico City, Mexico. If a city tailored for expats sounds too sedate, multitudinous Mexico City offers an all-sensory alternative. Expats happy to hurl themselves into a city of breathtaking scale and standstill traffic jams find ample rewards in CDMX's monumental museums, amazing gastronomy, once you taste mole sauce it's hard to live without it, and bars where Frida Kahlo once knocked back beers. Many foreign nationals are digital nomads or English teachers, while families might be tempted by the comparatively low costs of living and childcare, which could leave spare cash for touring Mexico's ancient Aztec sites. Montreal, Canada. The outdoorsy Canadian lifestyle has enormous expat appeal, and not just for people in the USA, pining for the universal healthcare across the border. Montreal has particular allure with its stately 19th-century architecture, smoldering blues and jazz scenes, and variegated food culture. It's also Canada's party city, and poutine works wonders after a heavy night. French language skills are a factor in the visa process, which is an extra enticer for migrants from francophone countries. Even Canada's notoriously frigid, snowy winters are no deterrent when there are ski fields less than 90 minutes drive of Montreal. Bonjour, Bromont. Portland, USA. Portland is already popular with tech heads fleeing Bay Area burnout. Now non-Americans are getting wise to Oregon's largest city. The stereotypes of Portlandia, a comedy spoofing the earnestly arty, avowedly eco-friendly locals, don't fall wide of the mark. Vegan food trucks, gluten-free cupcakes, gigantic bookstores and horror fiction writer H.P. Lovecraft-themed bars are an ordinary weekend. The city embraces cycling and public transport, and locals prize farm-to-table food culture. With so many residents choosing non-traditional occupations and lifestyles, expats won't feel out on a limb. As long as you care about community, you'll fit right in. Vilnius, Lithuania. Digital nomads, ready your plug adapters. Lithuania boasts some of the world's fastest Wi-Fi and its coffee-worshipping capital is dotted with venues to lay down your laptop. Vilnius is an outward-looking city of art collectives, tech startups and bookish young professionals. Beyond the city's cobblestone streets, dotted with new Nordic and rustic Lithuanian restaurants, roads less traveled beckon in bordering Poland, Belarus, Latvia and Kaliningrad, a Russian exclave. But don't worry, you won't need a passport to party in Vilnius' fascinating self-declared micronation, Uzupis.